Have you ever wondered how a group can change the course of a nation's history? In the vast landscapes of East Africa, a group known as the Ogaden National Liberation Front, or ONLF, emerged in the year 1984. This group, composed primarily of individuals from the Ogaden clan, would soon become a significant player in the region's political arena. The ONLF's mission was clear: to demand autonomy for a region that the Ethiopian government considered part of its new federal system. The supporters of the ONLF held a vision of an independent, sovereign Somali majority state, primarily composed of what is now Ethiopia's Somali region. This was a dream that would stir the tides of change, igniting an insurgency in 1994 aimed at Ethiopian forces in the region. Stay with us as we unravel the journey of the ONLF, a story of struggle, resilience, and a persistent fight for autonomy. The year 1984 marked a pivotal moment in the history of the Somali region. It was in this year that the Ogaden National Liberation Front, or the ONLF, was born. An era of turmoil and political unrest had fueled the flames of rebellion, and from these ashes a movement was born. The ONLF was not formed in a vacuum. Its birth was a direct response to decades of marginalization and neglect that the Somali region, primarily inhabited by the Ogaden clan, had suffered under successive Ethiopian regimes. The people of this region had long felt sidelined, their voices silenced, their rights ignored. The ONLF was their answer to this systemic oppression, their beacon of hope in a landscape of despair. The ONLF's initial goals were straightforward yet profound. The organization sought autonomy for the Somali region, a chance for the people of Ogaden to determine their own destiny. This demand was not born out of a desire for power, but out of a longing for justice and equality. The ONLF believed that the people of the Somali region had a right to govern themselves, to make decisions that would directly impact their lives. But why autonomy? Why not integration or assimilation? The answer lies in the unique cultural, linguistic, and historical ties that bind the people of the Somali region. They saw themselves not just as a part of Ethiopia, but as a distinct entity within it. Their demand for autonomy was an affirmation of this identity, a declaration of their right to self-determination. However, the path to autonomy was not easy. The Ethiopian government, viewing the Somali region as an integral part of the new federal system, was opposed to the idea of autonomy. They perceived the ONLF not as a liberation movement, but as a threat to national unity. And so the stage was set for a struggle that would last for decades. A struggle that was not just about land or power, but about identity, dignity, and the right to self-determination. The year 1994, 10 years after its inception, the ONLF decided it was time for action. The Ogaden National Liberation Front had been growing steadily in the shadows, building a base of support among the Ogaden clan, and now they were ready to step into the light. The ONLF's primary aim was, and still is, to secure autonomy for the Somali region of Ethiopia, a region they felt was underrepresented and marginalized under the new federal system. They believed in the right of the Somali people to self-determination, to govern themselves in a way that respected their unique cultural and historical identity. And so the insurgency began, aimed squarely at the Ethiopian forces in the area. The ONLF's armed wing, the Ogaden National Liberation Army, or ONLA, took up arms. Their objective was clear: to challenge the Ethiopian government's control over the Somali region. The reasons for this insurgency were manifold. The ONLF felt that the Ethiopian government was exploiting the region's rich resources without adequately benefiting the local population. They also alleged human rights abuses and a lack of political representation for the Somali people. The initial impact of the insurgency was significant. It brought the plight of the Somali region to international attention and forced the Ethiopian government to confront the ONLF's demands head-on. The ONLF's actions were not without controversy, however. Critics argued that the violence only served to destabilize the region further, leading to unnecessary suffering for the very people the ONLF claimed to represent. But regardless of the differing views, one thing was certain: the ONLF had taken a stand, staking their claim for the autonomy of the Somali region. Their actions sparked a conflict that would last for decades, shaping the political and social landscape of the region in profound and lasting ways. The ONLF had made its intentions clear, and the battle lines were drawn. As the uprising began, the world watched on, waiting to see how this complex and deeply rooted conflict would unfold. Fast forward to today, where does the ONLF stand? The Ogaden National Liberation Front, or ONLF, has undergone significant transformation since its establishment in 1984. While its main objective remains the same, the autonomy of the Somali region within Ethiopia, its strategies and alliances have evolved. Let's focus on the current status of the ONLF. After decades of armed conflict, the ONLF declared a unilateral ceasefire in 2018. This was a pivotal moment, marking a shift from violent insurgency towards political negotiation. The ceasefire opened doors to peace talks with the Ethiopian government, and in 2019 the ONLF officially registered as a political party, a remarkable transition from an armed group to a political entity. This move heralds a new era for the ONLF as it strives to achieve its goals through political means rather than armed conflict. However, this transition has not been without challenges. The ONLF is still grappling with the task of transforming its structures and strategies to fit within the political landscape. One of the significant achievements of the ONLF in recent years is its successful negotiation for the release of its members imprisoned by the Ethiopian government. This is seen as a significant step towards healing and reconciliation. However, the path to autonomy is still fraught with obstacles. The ONLF faces ongoing challenges, including the need to establish credibility as a political party, dealing with internal divisions, and navigating the complex political terrain of Ethiopia. Moreover, the question of autonomy for the Somali region within Ethiopia is far from resolved and continues to be a contentious issue. Despite these challenges, the ONLF remains steadfast. Its resilience and determination are evident in its continued fight for the rights of the Somali people within Ethiopia. It's a reflection of the hope and aspirations of its members, the Ogaden clan, and the broader Somali community within Ethiopia. The ONLF continues its fight, a testament to the resilience and determination of its members. The ONLF's journey is a complex tale of struggle and resistance. Born in the mid-80s, this movement was forged in the fires of a desire for autonomy. The Ogaden National Liberation Front, or ONLF, primarily composed of members from the Ogaden clan, didn't just demand independence, they took up arms to ensure their voice was heard. The insurgency that began in the mid-90s was a daring stand against Ethiopian forces, seen as oppressors by the ONLF. Today, the ONLF continues its struggle, albeit in a different landscape. The Ethiopian government now recognizes the region under the new federal system, but the ONLF's aspirations go beyond this recognition. They envision an independent, sovereign Somali majority state, primarily consisting of what is now Ethiopia's Somali region. As we look towards the future, the ONLF's story serves as a stark reminder of the power of a group's determination to shape its destiny.